Hello everyone, my name is Abedian, and this video is going to be a bit of a showcase of a short prototype I've been working on in UDK with my good friend Stuart Webster called Spectrum. I'm going to try and keep this video as brief as possible, so if you feel like you would like a more in-depth look into this project, I would suggest zipping over to your web browser and visiting my website, www.badlevel.com, for more information. Alternatively, you can also visit Stuart's website at imakethegames.com for his side of this project. Spectrum was born because I wanted to work on a first-person puzzle-based game, much like the classic Portal. I wanted to work with something so basic that everyone could easily make sense of what was going on, and from that point expand to progressively more complex puzzle systems that challenge players. Right off the bat, I knew I was going to need some additional technical assistance, so I asked Stuart, who had co-led Overload with me, to join in, and after a quick pitch and discussion, the project was underway. We talked about the idea of a game solely focused on colors, with primitive-like objects to fill in the virtual space. Design discussions were all about different possibilities in incorporating color as a game mechanic and finding ways for the player to interact with the environment. After much deliberation, we decided that the most interesting way to approach this idea was to try and make the connection that the player could become a color, such as red or blue, and thereby interact mainly with the things of their own current color. One of the main things we agreed early on was to try and lead the player without any kind of tutorial interruption. Both Stuart and I strived to do this after both playing indie titles such as Cube and Limbo. We wanted to stick with the idea of guiding the player along, showing, not telling. The only interruption to the gameplay is in the beginning menu, which shows a basic control layout for the game. We implemented this menu using Scaleform, which is essentially a bridge between the Unreal Engine and the Adobe Flash environment. We replaced the standard UDK HUD with our own custom one, which was designed to be fairly minimal, with the main focus being on the color wheel stationed in the corner of the screen. This HUD environment is implemented through the same Scaleform system held inside the main Flash video we play from the beginning for the menu. The color wheel on the HUD is the main link between the idea that the player has picked up a color in the game. We made it so the player picks up their first color early on so that they can establish this relationship. Something that was a big concern for me was to make Spectrum visually distinctive. Early ideas ranged from a painterly kind of look to something straight out of the Black Velvetopia levels in Psychonauts. After a bit of research into different styles, I looked into the use of post-processing chains in UDK, which allowed developers to radically change the art style of their environment throughout a level all at once. From this point, I created a material effect that was a cross between heavy cell shading and raw color, which perfectly fit the need for a clean yet vibrant world. The puzzles in Spectrum are all created using Kismet, which is UDK's visual scripting system. We have our script in Kismet listening for signals in our Flash code to make stuff happen on screen. When viewed in the editor, one can see that all the puzzles revolve around using physics objects and triggers that are strategically placed throughout the levels. Due to these puzzles being heavily physics-based, we had to create a more robust type of physics gun that would feel less stringy to the player. We also cut out deathmatch focus systems such as double jumping that would interfere with the puzzles. Thanks for watching this showcase on the Unreal Engine-based prototype Spectrum. Once again, my name is Abedian, and you can get more in-depth information on this project by going to my website at www.badlevel.com.